Hi, I'm Mel Hatton here. How you doing? Thought I'd record a quick video for you. Now, I'm just hanging out the front of our place in County Clare in Ireland, and the sun is shining right in my face. That's why I've got my sunnies on, enjoying an ice cream at the end of a beautiful week. So check out the background. I absolutely love it here. It's so zen in the area that we are now. I apologise about the wind. It's pretty hard to to get anywhere in Ireland filming outdoors and not have wind. So hopefully you guys can hear me, and I'm sure I'll find out soon, given that when I listen back to this, and we'll see if this is actually usable or not, because this is pretty windy. We'll see. Anyway, I wanted to record this quick video. So I was driving down to training today. As you can tell, I've just got home from training, and I was having a bit of a think about, this is too windy. All right, attempt number 2, we'll see how we go. I tried a different setting. I'm right up against the window now, so hopefully it'll be less windy. I wanted to record this quick video because I'm having a real think about, when I was driving to train this morning, about the relationship between, coaches and clients. And I've been doing personal service business since I was 19 years old. I started off when I left school. I was a personal trainer, and I've been in the personal services industry since I was 19 years old, and I'm 30 now, so it's been 11 years. And when I first started, I had this whole idea of putting my clients came first. And I didn't really have a life outside of working with clients, and I was happy to a certain extent until my health started to suffer as a result of not really taking care of myself, but just taking care of everyone else. And so when I started shifting across from personal training to coaching, I ended up, I created a 6-figure business within 8 months just using Facebook and not paid advertising. It was just all through doing my thing and sharing blogs and stuff like that in 2012, from scratch to 6 figures in 8 months. And at that point, I was in these coaching these calls with clients, and I'm thinking, I feel like I've just created another job. I felt like, I loved the work that I did, and I loved the freedom that it gave me. And it was also still feel like not much had changed since doing personal training. And it was because I was still putting other people's needs ahead of my own. So when I've been running business for let's say 10 years based on the philosophy of, this was my mentality, was just figure out what people want and give it to them no matter what. Okay. And you know what? There is a role, and there is a very useful aspect of business where that's what business is. Find a need, fulfill it, right? When the work that I was being called to do was of a more spiritual nature, and empowering people and giving people the opportunity to choose what's right for them, and to choose differently, and to see things differently, and to discover their highest truth, their fullest potential, what they're really here to do in the world, that old business model doesn't really cut it. So I was really, okay, if I can't be codependent in my relationships, how do I work with people when business is about exchange of value based in the perception of the people's minds in the audience, okay? So, for me, and I had to think back, what do I respect? What do I value in the marketplace? And had to realize, there are probably people out there who have a similar mindset to me, in that they get greatness, they fully respect that it takes work, as I do. Like, I thrive in high performance environments. I love to be challenged. So it's like, there's got to be people out there who dig that too. Turns out there are. And the important thing I realized is that not everyone is for everyone, and not everyone's going to relate to what everyone is saying. And that is why there is a place for all of us, both in the marketplace and, in a more spiritual terms, in the web of consciousness. So I think we're a little less. It's still a bit glary here for me with the sunnies off. So I'm going to put my sunnies back on. But it's nice to see you. So there is a place for all of us. Doing it one-handed. There is a place for all of us in the web of consciousness. So therefore, and I was getting caught in convincing people, not recently, but a few years ago, that I had value, and doing the whole proving my worth and things. And I've realized that there is absolutely a place for each of us in the web of consciousness, where we can honor what is true for us and still be of service to others. And in this context of spiritual teaching, personal growth, whatever you want to call it, basically, we only really have something to offer others when we're aligned with our highest truth. And if our actions are motivated by a desire to keep someone else happy, you lose connection with your highest truth. And the truth is, especially doing this work, you can't keep everyone happy. It's actually not your role. As I've discovered, the role of the teacher, of the coach, of the mentor, of whatever you want to call yourself, is to live by example, to show up as your best self and then be an example of being who you're being, how you're being in your life, and share that with others. So that is what I noticed what the difference was. And I actually, and if you're doing this work in some way, shape or form, we actually don't control the response of other people. It's just an opportunity. And as people who are on the path of helping others to have a better quality of life, our role when these conflicts occur, because it's inevitable, because we'll come up being the light, we will trigger egos in others. It's normal, and this was a hard one for me to wrap my head around when I was first getting started, triggering the egos in others. And so what I've learned from this process is how to still be of best service to clients without going codependent and just meeting their needs. It's not about feeding them fish, which is meeting their needs for them, but actually teaching them how to fish. So what I do differently now is I show up as my authentic self, and anytime there is a fear-based story going up, I go into love and I share from a place of love. And I can't control the reaction. If they want to go ego, that's totally fine. My role is to share a perspective, a miracle-minded perspective of love and acceptance for all that is, including this person, going off in a fear-based story. So that's something that I found very useful. I think I got chocolate on my face here from my ice cream. Cool. So that's something I found really useful in this work, and shifting from a real disempowered frame of working with clients where you were meeting the needs for them, where I was meeting the needs for them, when I realized, and I was buying into that's what value was, but actually spiritual growth and the value that comes from spiritual growth is through being an energetic example for choosing love in the moment, even when your clients are in fear, to make your authentic power, which is love, your spiritual power, your presence, greater than the fears of the people you surround yourself with. Hopefully you're surrounding yourself with empowered people, but more importantly, make your power, your true power, your spiritual power greater than the fears in your clients. And that is, without being codependent, a way that you can continue to be of service to the world at the highest potential that you're here for, without worrying about how other people respond, because it's not actually about the response. In this work particular, especially when it comes to personal empowerment, it's about showing the example and showing the way in your own practice. Choose love, not fear. Keep full beaming out there. Stay in the presence of love, even when confronted with the egos of others. And you are doing the work that you're authentically guided to do in this world. Hope this served you. Hope you have an awesome weekend. I know I will. We've got weather like this, which is pretty rare in Ireland. So Owen and I are going to go do some cool stuff this weekend. I might do some riding and that kind of stuff. Have a glass of wine tonight, probably enjoy myself. I'm just waiting for Owen to get home. He's been taking photos today. So we're going to go do that. Hope you have an awesome weekend. And if you like this video, let me know and I'll make some more. Cheers. Peace out. Bye.